Today we're going to be comparing two of my favorite cordless vacuums out right now. We have the Levoit LVAC 200 and then we have the Shark cordless pet. I've been testing these both over the last few months and I'm really impressed with both of these. I think they have a lot to offer, but in this video I want to show you some of the differences just in case you guys are trying to compare them. We're going to be starting off with actual vacuuming test on carpet and floor. Then after that, we're going to go over just the general features. And then lastly, we're going to go over the accessories. We're going to try and do this as quickly as possible while still giving you helpful information to make your decision. All right, guys, so welcome to the testing portion of this video. I did just want to quickly show you how you can store the Shark vacuum. You can actually take the entire motor off and just set it right in there. And that just makes it a little bit less top heavy. So we're gonna start with some rice and some quinoa right there with the Shark vacuum. I'll go ahead and give you guys an even closer angle. We will be doing all of these modes on the max setting, and since we are on carpet, I will be using the carpet setting on this vacuum. So just a couple things to mention. While I'm using this, I could feel the brush almost like pulling this vacuum ahead, which just goes to show how powerful that brush is. All right, so just like that, this entire area is cleaned up. The Shark vacuum did pretty good, and you guys could judge for yourselves on that one. We're gonna go ahead and move over to the Levoit and do another vacuuming test. Once again, we will be on the max setting. And this left barely any crumbs behind. Super impressed so far. And there isn't necessarily like a carpet setting for this vacuum. It's just all the same basically, but the different power modes are really helpful. So I think this one did a great job. It cleaned the mess up super quick. And most importantly, this vacuum left barely anything behind. So I'm really impressed so far on the carpet test for the Levoit. All right, so next up, we're gonna be doing the Shark vacuum on the floor with the same exact mess. I just emptied everything out on the ground. We will be using the floor mode this time. Vacuuming up off the floor can be a little more challenging with these vacuums, but so far it's doing a pretty good job. It's just taking a few more passes than it would if I was on carpet. And this is what that boost mode sounds like. So overall, this vacuum did a pretty good job there. Let's go ahead and move over to the Levoit vacuum. And so far, it's not leaving any crumbs behind. I just noticed a few grains of rice kind of get kicked forward, but for the most part, it's keeping this mess way more contained. So right now, I'm pretty impressed by this Levoit vacuum. It did a great job on both tests. All right, next up, let's take a look at some of these features. We're gonna focus on one vacuum at a time. We're gonna be starting off with the Shark, and this is definitely not a normal setup. We have some more accessories that I'll show you in just a moment, but these are all the main components. So here's the brush roller. We have just a foot icon to actually get it to unlock. So you do just push it with your foot. There's no button to release it. We do have some rubber on the wheels to keep your floors nice and safe. And they do give us some options here to get into this compartment. If you guys get jams, it is pretty easy to take the brush roller out of here. And as you guys could see, we do have a good amount of hair built up on the brush roller. So I do have to sometimes go through here and I'll take a knife and just cut that hair off and remove it. But other than that, this vacuum has been really good to us. That's really the only complaint that I would say I have with this. It's just the fact that the hair does get built up on here. But they do have a ton of these bristle brushes on this roller, a lot more than some of the other vacuums I've tested. And we do get some LEDs there on the front. Let's take a look at the actual machine, the motor. So we have a very large dustbin. This dustbin is going to be bigger than the Levoit for sure. But we have some filters up there that are easy to remove. And then to actually open up that dustbin, all you have to do is push this down, and that's where all the debris is and some more metal filters. I do want to say you can open the dustbin while it's still attached to the motor. Some vacuums do not allow you to do that. And then up here we have two different settings. So we have a carpet and then a hardwood floor mode. So hopefully you guys are able to see the differences between those two modes during our actual test. And then we do have this button right here. This gives us max power. So if you guys are going over a really large mess, just pull that up and it'll give you a little extra juice. All right, now let's take a look at the Levoit vacuum once again. This one has a slightly smaller dustbin, and it's not a big deal. It still looks really nice, and I usually can still clean my entire house with this. Once again, you guys could also just empty this out while it's still attached to the motor. So I do like that design, and it's also pretty easy to take this off. To actually remove the dustbin, you guys will press that button, and that gives you access to the filter. And when you guys remove it, you guys get access to that area. If you guys do get any clogs, it's probably going to be right in there because of that tight turn. But so far, I haven't had any issues. You can remove the battery on this one. They make it really straightforward. I'm sure you can on the Shark as well, but this one, you don't have to use a screwdriver at all. It's just super simple, which I like. We also do get a total of 3 different power modes, which is pretty neat. And here's where you plug it in to give it a charge. Now let's take a look at the brush roller. This one's a little different. So we have a button up top that should release this brush roller. So all you have to do is twist this, and there it comes. I feel like they really kept the customers in mind for this product, because you guys could easily swap out parts if you guys have something break or if that battery goes out. And then we also have some LEDs and a little raised area right in here. So this lets, if you're going over a pile of debris, lets the debris right in there. And also I want to show you their tangle-free design. They have one bristle brush and a bunch of these fins that basically act as the bristle brush on the other vacuum. But as you guys could see, I've been using these the same amount and there's no hair stuck on this brush roller. So that's really impressive by Levoit. We also do get some rubber on the wheels to keep your floor nice and safe, and same up front. So here are all the accessories that you guys get inside of the box. You guys should have already seen this all together once during the vacuuming test, so I don't think I need to show you that again. But these two pieces are how you fully set it up and make it a little bit longer. And I'm just gonna put those to the side because you guys should have seen this already all together. But these attachments are really unique. So this you could attach straight to the motor, and you guys get some bristle brushes on this one, and this one will give you even longer bristle brushes, and you could just attach it just like so. I really like that attachment. And then you guys do have a mount that's super simple. It doesn't charge, but it will hold your actual vacuum up like that. So that's neat, and they do give you the hardware for it as well. So we do get a crevice tool on this one and another bristle brush. So that's another cool attachment, especially if you guys want to take this out and start cleaning your cars. These attachments are going to be great for that. So for the Shark vacuum, we do have a few less attachments. This is our main extension for the actual vacuum. You guys probably already saw that together. And then we do have one crevice tool. We do also get one bristle brush tool that you can remove the bristle brush and just have a shorter brush, just like before on the Levoit. So really cool stuff here. I'm not too sure why they have these ridges here. It makes it look like this should be bendable, but it is definitely not. And once again, here's the charger for the Shark vacuum. The Levoit charger looks almost identical. They're the same basic principle. Just real fast, I do want to show you what it looks like to actually attach these, just to give you an idea. And these lock into place, which is really neat. So this is a much larger setup compared to the Levoit one, just because of how much larger the dustbin and motor setup is. But I still like that you can make this fairly portable and go out and clean your car with this one as well. So with that being said, that's about it for this comparison. Overall, these are both great vacuums, but there are a couple differences. So hopefully this video was able to help you figure out which one's going to be the most useful for you.